What is happening, y'all? Welcome on back. Episode 19 of the walkthrough. Gonna be wrapping up some stuff, making our way on into the Royal Academy already. Just to give an idea, in the previous instance of prep, we went around and tested some stuff. We're gonna do this in an upcoming episode. This area won't be too bad. But up here, I'm still gonna save the Erd Tree and all that stuff for a little bit later. Enemies there are just a little too dangerous at this point still. But we are starting from the Scenic Isle Grace. Make sure it's nighttime, and then we're going to head on out, and we're going to fight a death bird. It should spawn, like, almost immediately right on top of us here. Where are you at, Mr. Deathbird? Where are you at, Mr. Oh, it's right by this thing, right by these ruins. Come on. There's the noise I was looking for. For this one, I've noticed there's two different types, and this is basically a minor death bird. Notice how this one's wings aren't fully developed. We're going to fight another one this episode, and it's more of a grown death bird. And the grown ones are a lot more dangerous. This one just whacks you with a stick. The grown ones do spells and shit. That ailment you're seeing right there on the screen, that is death. Like death blight. If that builds up, you die. Doesn't matter what your health is, you instantly die. There are very few enemies in the game that have it, but it's definitely something to be cautious of. There's the critical I wanted. Oh, you're not dead? I literally sat down the controller. Alright, so the enemy is down. Go on and pick up all these goodies. But always use more rune fragments. The thing we got from it, the red feathered branch sword, it's not very good. It gives us a small attack power boost when our health is low, so very situational. But head on over to Academy Gate Town. And we got some more stuff to do. Now we're gonna, there is another bird, but we're gonna make it daytime quickly while we run over to another grace. Also, it'll make exploring this area and seeing everything a little bit easier. Might as well level up. I've had a couple people being like, hey, why haven't we leveled up yet? Like, y'all, do not wait for me to level up, okay? When you have enough runes to get a level, go on and get that level. Right now, just to, let's do a quick recap on levels. So, we have been at our dex and strength thresholds for our weapon. Vigor, we want that to 40. That's a priority. Because 40 is going to be the first soft cap for Vigor. There are two real breakpoints for Vigor. Going up to 40 is very potent, and then going up to 60 is also potent. After 60, it starts to dribble on out. So we want to get Vigor up to 40. After we get this to 40, my next priority would be enough endurance to be comfortable. If you're comfortable at 20, then you just want to start pumping whatever your main stat is. So if you're a caster, intelligence or faith, if you're dex, dex, if you're strength, strength, if you're doing quality build like us, we'll be pulling these up together. If you're a caster, you might want to put a couple extra points into mind as you level, but the biggest thing is getting our vigor up. So from Academy Gate Town, we're going to be going straight north, and then we're going to be heading out here-ish to get another grace. Now back in the, when we did our initial loop, you should have seen Hoslo around here already being a sad boy. But he should still be here. And it's just a good revisit for those that missed him the first time. Where are you at, you silly, sad man? And we don't have to talk to him, because we talked to him before, so it may have been that he moved on already. But yeah, you might encounter him out here when you run past. That's the dude that said his servant got attacked and murdered, and he swore revenge and all that. He's right around there, but I mean, if you've been following the guide, we hit him a long time ago, and you don't need to talk to him. His dialogue is going to advance regardless. But anyway, just head on out this way. We're basically just a perfect northwest heading. And then if we can spot it in this fog, should be a grace right around here somewhere. I think it's right after this. There it is. So just to show the exact spot on the map with where it was, right up here. So this very tip-top island. Now this next death bird, this one's a little bit harder. How I just said that, you know, there's grown death birds, and then there's like baby death birds, and we've killed babies until now. Now we're about to fight a real one. This is the one that I mentioned in that previous episode, where I was like, I swear there's a death bird around here. It was this one that I didn't remember. And it's just going to be straight south. Now this one is going to do a lot of spells, which actually I'm going to, just to put myself in as best a position as possible, I'm going to cast a Rune Arc. That'll give me enough stats that I can use Blood Flame Blade again, so I'll put that on. Pop my flask. I never tried using heal against a death bird. I wonder if it would work, since technically they are considered undead. Let's try it. Let's see. Well, it's too not close enough. Let's see. It does not. Okay, well, that's good to know now. So this is Ghost Flame. Ghost Flame hurts. It can also cause Frostbite buildup. You want to be very careful of Ghost Flame. A couple of his attacks are the same as the normal one's attacks. A couple of them are a little bit different. So he's taking way less damage. The same strategies apply. You want to focus the head. When he does that thrust, oh, and there it is. I'm curious if he dies. In the walkthrough prep, this guy just like randomly died on us. But it doesn't look like that's gonna, well, let's see. It happened after we woke up. I still don't know why. Okay, so he doesn't always consistently die. So we're only gonna do one more attempt against him. I'm not gonna spend a lot of time on this guy. As I mentioned, this is like a more powerful death bird. In particular, he drops a spell that's pretty nice. I go on over to our spells. This thing that we picked up, Rancor Call, it's an upgraded version of that. So if you are doing a intellect and faith hybrid build, you know, it's nice. You'll be able to use that. But, you know, obviously this is a much, much more aggressive death bird than the ones we have fought until now. Watch out for that slam when he does that. Ooh. Yeah, we'll come back to him later. So in particular, what he's doing there is when he thrusts out that poker, he's creating a, I guess like a puddle of Ghost Flame almost. And then when he slams it, it causes an AoE explosion, and in addition to that, it also shoots out a trail of Ghost Flame that'll chase you. So, you know, higher level Deathbird, definitely a little bit tricky to tackle right at this moment, and that's okay. You know, we don't have to kill him. You know he's here, so, you know, as I've said before, if we can't kill him, let's hit marker. Let's go on, we'll put a little skull there, and now we know there's a Deathbird here. In a similar fashion, over here with that little bugger that we didn't want to come to the cliff, we'll put a little treasure chest so we know, hey, there's a mausoleum there. And then I don't think we ever got it down. Yeah, we already got the mausoleum marked down there, which if I'm using gems, let me be consistent in what I'm doing here. So we'll do a gem. Okay. So whether you kill the Deathbird or not doesn't matter. Hop back over to Academy Gate Town, and then we're gonna head over here. So we are running on over to get a shiny, one of those little shiny ball guys that likes to run around. And then there's a couple of loose loots here and there in the actual like Academy Gate area that we're gonna pick up, but nothing that's really like, oh yeah, you know, we really need to focus on that. It's mostly just junk that's out here. You can see it up there. It's a little bit hard to get a lock on this guy, so you might want to. I had to free throw an arrow at him to hit it. Yeah, once you knock him down, then you can just run up and kill it like normal. That gives us Ashavor Charge Forth, which is, you know, unless you're playing with a spear or something, it's largely going to be useless. So from there, we're going to head on over this way. And you'll remember that we got this in an earlier episode, but if you haven't, obviously you're going to want to pick up this seed. After that, just kind of head between these buildings. You'll notice that this is like the proper area that we want to approach. So we're going to hop up. Going to use our horse to just get in a better position. Now we don't got to hit that guy from the front. That dude over there that has his has that little fire thing that he's getting ready to use. We are overweight. Let me take that off. Okay. They're dead. We want to this way, kill these two. Brass shield that we just got to drop, that is a super good medium shield. It's 100% physical and it's 56 guard boost. This is a great shield that only has 58. This is a great shield that has 50. This thing has 48. If you were looking for like a best bang for your buck medium shield, it is absolutely this thing. It is really solid. This knight's a little beefier, but same as before. Give him a whooping. Now after we get up top, I think there was like one loose loot over this way that we can get before we approach all that stuff. Usually a dude that's patrolling and a piece of loot that we can get, but I guess we might have grabbed it when we did the initial loot. But so yeah, there's a bunch of stuff over there. We're not going to be heading on over to that stuff just yet. Instead, we're going to approach it from behind. So go this way. No, that's the long staircase we just came up. Just to, I know I'm moving kind of fast, so we just came up from there, and we're going to go this way instead. See, this guy is using his brass shield all wrong. He's just leaving it out in the open. He's not even blocking with it. And that'll cost you. That'll mess things up. Okay, and now, coming from behind, we are not going to be threatened by any of these dudes that are on the fire thingies. Now this thing is a rather interesting enemy. It's kind of hard to see, but there is a little man that is inside of the back piloting this thing. And you'd think like, oh, I killed a man and the thing dies. And it's actually not, he's harder to kill than you would expect. Because as you can see, those were some big hits, and despite being just a normal dude, we did not kill him. So, there we go. All right. Uh-oh. Critical hour. Going to the right, going to the left. Too late. All right. Get some goodies. I swear there was another guy back here. Let me check this path, because in my notes I was like, get the dude that's behind. There he is. You're the one that almost got away. There we go. Okay, Cuckoo Glintstone, and I think we might have grabbed the loot, so we ran through here before. But let's just do a quick little loop to confirm, because in my notes I wrote down that there was something here. And I am not seeing that something that I said was here. Let's see, return towards Seed Tree, back to the Academy Town. Alright. Well, I mean, whatever. If there was something, it's like a Rune 3. It's nothing of value. To the left of the entrance gate is loot. I didn't even write. It wasn't even important enough to write down exactly what it was. But yeah, we probably grabbed it because there's a body right there. We probably grabbed it when we first came here. So anyway, let's go into the Academy. Now, of course, we already have this grace from running all the way up here before. Now that we actually have the key, we can go in. So, we examine the seal. We'll just let you go inside. Now, the first thing we're going to do is head on out over here and get another seed. With these sneaky golden seeds just hiding out on bridges. Nothing else even out here. It's just a seed. Just a lone, lonely seed. Just waiting to be picked up and turned into crimson tears. Alright, and this is the entrance point to the academy. So before we go in, a couple things we're going to want to do. First, level up. If you can, level up. This place can be a bit of a pain. I'm short, so I won't be. We're going to be adding any charges we can. It's been a while since I've done this, so I probably have 2. About amounts. Okay, so flask allocation, we're now up to 8. That's great. The next thing we're doing, you want to go over to, where's that? Ashes of War. And we want to put this, Thop's Barrier. It doesn't really matter what shield you have it on. I would suggest either a medium shield or a light shield, but that spell in particular will do this. And that will allow us to get through this area a whole hell of a lot easier. So, hop on the elevator and up we go. If you're a caster or somebody that's playing like bow only or strong ranged or whatever, you probably won't need this, but quality, strength, dex, you know, any of my melee gang, you're going to want this spell. So a lot of cool stuff here to look around at if you just want to, you know, take some time, take it all in. I like this legacy dungeon a lot. I like this one more than Stormveil. So as they start casting, you can see we can parry some of them, but not all of them, because they're staggering the casts. So the best thing to do here is going to be run up, try and get one down. Welcome to the starter enemies for this area. What's crazy is after this place, well actually we could get it by going into the Carrion Manor now. Now I'm debating if I want to do that, but we haven't taken notes on that yet. So before you try to attack that thing, go on and run past. We'll get this grace. A little bit later on, there's another spell parry we get, but instead of just parrying, it also will create little carrying glint blades. So we get to parry spells and then counterattack our opponent afterwards, which is super nice. And technically we can get it right now, but I find it better to clear this place before the manor, just because, I mean, there's a lot of bullshit in the manor. Y'all haven't even met the Handsies yet. Handsies are, everyone's like, hey, what enemy do you dislike the most in Elden Ring? It's the Handsies. And the manor is filled with Handsies. Do not like them. They are very, no, just no. Don't like them at all. So anyway, Sombering 3 back there. Obviously you can rest at this grace. These guys won't aggro you from this grace, so, you know, are we looking on level? It doesn't matter, we got plenty of health. Rest if you need, otherwise let's go. So this area is a little foggy. You might want to put on your lantern once you're outside. These guys are like mana zombies, and they'll do this. If they grab you, mash your bumpers and your triggers. That's an old Dark Souls trick that still works. They will also drain your FP. But to show what I'm talking about, I'm gonna let one of them eat me. So let me get to full health here. So, if he grabs a hold of me, come on, somebody grab me. Who wants to eat me? Somebody grab me. Okay, if I don't press anything, and I'm like, oh, I'm stuck. Oh, wow, look at that. They let you go after 2 bites anyway. Huh. Anyway, let's see. Check my notes here. Left path for dried liver, and we want to circle around for the smithing 4. The smithing 4. Oh, that's, left path for the dried liver, and we go down this way. And we circle around. them out. Marionette soldier ashes. And the pickle foot. Alright, let's go to the bridge. Hang on, there's a smithing 4 back there that I overlooked. Are you the one guarding the smithing 4, sir? No, that comes in a little bit. No, never mind, this is it. Because let me see. Left for a grace, head outside, go left for a mimic grace by mana zombies, continue down, left path for dread. Liver, circle around for smithing 4. Go to the bridge, roll off. After dropping, go left over the tombstones for the rune behind the ball with spectral lance. So we can get this. So we have the rune behind, and then this thing is spectral lance. Guarded by some dogs. We're gonna get our smithing 4, don't you worry. We did not come here to miss loot. And if we did, I'm sorry. Alright, there's a lot to cover. So ignore that for now. That's the path of that's the path we proceed down. But I need to find my smithing 4 first. Beast blood. Go up here. Grab a lily. Go over here. Grab the magic grease. And there should be another drop down. Yeah, right by these dudes. That's all the carry and knight armor. So, for my spell sword boys, you can now officially be a real looking spell sword. You're not just some like hobo that's wearing gear anymore. Go over here for golden rune. Okay, almost set. Left around for mushroom, grease, drop down for zombies and arbor set, return, grab room, inside path, and you're back to the door. So we are now back to the door, but before that, there is that item that I mentioned that we did not get. Smithing room 4. And I damn well plan on remembering where it was. So I said circle around, which means it should be like up. It should be like right over this way. I made a loop for it. Ah, there it is. This is why you always gotta trust your own notes. I wrote there's a smithing 4, there damn well is a smithing 4, even if I forgot the exact path. I mean, to be fair, this area is pretty, you know, it's very kind of samey. There's tombstones and shit all over, and it's like, wait, is that the right path? Once we're inside, this place is easy. Open world, that's easy. Okay, so the water wheel is how we proceed. Before that, though, there's like an alabaster mini lord right here. We can kill this guy. He's not very hard. You shouldn't have, I know you're like, oh, purple man, but like, as you can see, he's basically dead already. I'll give you Gravity Well, which is an okay spell. It's another Somber 3. For my mages, I mean, at this point, you know, you're using a Meteorite Staff, so try it out. Personally, I found it to be a bit lackluster, but, you know, it is what it is. So go on and ride this bad boy up. And we're going to be going that way, but first, we're going to do a little Mario. And you can just run up here if you're worried about that jump. You don't have to do that jump. You can, you know, you can literally just hop up and run around. I just thought that path was a little more, you know, a little faster. And inside we go. Alright. So at this point, I should have enough to upgrade. Let's see, do I? Almost there, almost there. We are going to want to bottom out our runes. So definitely upgrade because we are about to get abducted and go on a magical trip. There we go, beautiful. Only 238 runes on the line. Missed it. Let's go back up top. I did not think we were going to burn through this fast. So once one passes, go on and jump on. This is one of my favorite things. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this guy. It's so stupid, but I love how that guy gets scared of us. He's like, ooh. It's like Hollow Hank Hill. So we are heading down here. And then there's another ash we're going to get over here. And a couple of dudes, you can either kill them or you can choose not to. That's up to you. They're not particularly hard, but... That's why I hate you freaking FP zombies. Stop stealing my juice. So the Avionette soldiers, they're pretty nice. They're like a smaller, faster version of the Marionette soldiers. I like them. I used them for a little bit in my own playthrough. So there's a couple different things. We're going to be jumping across, but if for some reason you mess up this jump, or you don't. Well, let me rewind here. So we're going to be going down to the bottom of this area. At the bottom, we are going to get abducted and taken to a different zone. Now, you need to at least get through that zone to find a grace, but before we do that, there's a couple things we're going to do, which will lead us to some early upgrade mats. So going over into our inventory, we were at a 5 already, because we picked up the 5 in the previous episode, but we are going to be picking up a 5, a 6, and a 7, and then I'm going to hop over somewhere else, and we're going to grab an 8, 9, and then we're going to hop somewhere else and grab a 10. So we're going to be aiming to immediately upgrade our weapon. Now that's going to be a lot of running around, so we're going to do it for another episode. So you may want to take that and just go back. If you're, basically don't do what I'm about to do just yet. Just take that back up, go rest at the grace, and then when you're ready, when you're like, yes, let's go, Cowboy, let's get kidnapped, that's when you're going to follow this step. If you don't want to get kidnapped, you're just going to wait for the next episode, basically. So jump across to that. Just jump on, jump off. I was kind of hesitant about doing this because, it's guiding people to get kidnapped. So now you know that a kidnapping is about to happen. And you're going to have to do stuff to escape the kidnapped area. But by doing this, we get some juicy-ass upgrades. So you want to be sneaky for now. And what we need to do is this guy over here, they're called Abductor Virgins. I just call them Iron Maidens because Abductor Virgins sounds really weird. That's going to attack you, and you need it to kill you. And not just kill you, but you need it to kidnap you. So we're going to talk about getting it to do that, because sometimes it's a finicky little bitch and it doesn't want to. So it has a grab attack, and we need that grab attack to be what kills us. So we're going to get a little low. Alright, our health is perfect. Right there. That attack, that is the attack you need to kill you. And this is why I said to you, lose all your runes in advance, because I'm not worried about, the 1100 runes that I'm leaving behind. But so ironically enough, you can actually talk to Patches. Patches will be like, oh yeah, there's some treasure down there. And then when you go down there, all of a sudden you're in the volcano manor. Now, as you can see, we're not that far. We're just north of Liurnia. But you need to proceed through this and get to a grace before you can warp away. However, this is the volcano manor proper. This is an area that typically you'd probably hit after the Caelid region. I don't know. Personally, I think I'd put it kind of on par with Caelid, because Caelid is a wild card in terms of its difficulty. But we can do some stuff here to grab early upgrade mats. And that's exactly what we're going to do in the next episode. So we're going to wrap things up here. The next episode, we're going to be grabbing a couple different things. We're going to be going to the Lord of Blood's domain and grabbing some stuff there. And then we'll continue on. So y'all stay tuned. We'll have more coming your way shortly. And I'll catch you all then.